Andrew, do you think?
That's a good idea.
Having been in business yourself, there's different number ones, number twos, number threes, number fours, and number fives in companies, right? And somebody may be a good number one of a $10 million company, but they're number 8 of a $100 million company. Somebody may be a number one of a $100 million company, but are number 4 of a $1 billion company. Somebody may be a number 1 of a $1 billion company, but a number 2 of a $50 billion company. Like, there's levels to life, right? Do you see yourself as a number 1 of the United States of America? Can you see yourself being the number 1 decision maker, president of the United States of America?
Oh, yeah, I can see that for sure. And I can see that even more so, frankly, having been around other people that maybe have actually had that responsibility. And this is probably something common to a lot of entrepreneurs, but you trust yourself in your own judgment more than you trust other people's. You'd rather be responsible for your own destiny, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't. Now, I will also say that I've been in situations where I'm very, very happy to entrust the responsibility to someone else who's better situated. You know, like if you're on safari and there's like a freaking guide, you're like, hey, like let me give this to you. But I have a lot of confidence in my own.
You said something.
My own ability to make decisions.
I want to hear a little more. So you said, if you saw some people that I saw, I fully have more confidence in being number 1. What did you see that got you to be more confident about being a good number 1?
Well, this is one of the reasons I ran for president, Pat, and you've had this experience too, I think, because of the fact that you've met so many of us over this time. So I started an organization called Venture for America to train entrepreneurs, and during that time I met 3 former presidents, 20 senators, governors, members of Congress. And after you have that experience, you don't come away necessarily thinking, wow, these people are all amazing and are capable of doing things I could never do. Like instead, you're like, you know what? Like, I think I actually have, like the same level of overall ability or competence, or in some cases, frankly, a bit higher. I addressed a group of entrepreneurs at like YPO, or EO.
Young President Organization.
These ass-kicking entrepreneur types. And I said something to them that was honest, and some people can judge me for this, but whatever. I was like, I would trust these 30 CEOs in this room more to run the country than the people who are currently actually doing so. You know what I mean? Because if you had like a bunch of number 1s of significant organizations, the way you're describing, Pat, I mean, they make these decisions every day. They're really results driven. They're good at building teams. They can like develop cultures. And then you are around the folks in DC, and a lot of those people do not have that experience or set of qualities. A lot of these political figures have never run anything. Mm-hmm. And then and then we're judging them not based on whether they can operate, but whether they can operate politically, whether they can just show up. There's a chapter in my last book called Priests of the Decline, where it's like we've reduced political figures to folks who just make us feel a little bit better as we go home, and the problems don't get solved. Like that's what we reduced folks to. So, I know what makes me tick. Like, if I got in there, I'd be like, look, I'm going to solve as many problems as I can. And if you didn't like it, then you can vote me out and I'll find something else to do. Like a lot of these politicians are addicted to the field, the job. If they don't have that attention, they wither. That's not what makes me tick at all, which I believe would make me a better figure to actually make some of these things happen.
Yeah. Do you think? And by the way, great answer. Appreciate you for that. But do you think? Like I thought you were gonna say, like, if I hang out with some of the people, I got a lot of confidence I can be a number 1. I thought maybe we were gonna say Joe Biden gives you a lot of confidence because his videos on C-SPAN, I'm sure they're very inspirational for you. But going back to this whole topic here being a great number 1, you can smile. It's okay if you want to smile. Like, that's okay. Every once in a while, I tell funny jokes. But do you think your ability to get dirty, because it's very dirty, you seem like a really nice guy, okay? And your answers are, if this is like pushing the envelope, where Trump's going to be bam, 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 pushing the envelope. If, Clinton was not afraid to go bam, 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 or even Kamala. Hey, Vice President Joe Biden, I remember when you were this and what you did with the bus, and holy shit, boom, she goes here, right? And I think when you did that with UBI, the idea was so crazy where the world's like, holy shit, that's pretty crazy. You kind of poked a little bit. But do you think maybe you've gone a little bit safe and a little bit too nice where you're afraid to poke the bear to make a lot of noise, and maybe that's part of your strategy? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, I'm just a business guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just simply asking questions from you?
Pat, I think different occasions call for a different type of energy. I mean, I've led rallies of thousands of people, and then you go into rally mode. Right now I'm in party building mode, which is like, look, that we can sense that this system's not working, and our children deserve better. Let's give them better. Let's solve problems. Let's give rise to a home for the people who feel politically homeless. So there are different ways I can make that case. Maybe I'm trying to make that case in a way that people find like appealing and agreeable. And there are other people who might prefer a more, fiery, the country's heading off a cliff and we need to do something about it, which, by the way, I totally believe. I mean, I could present that case too. But, I think there are different occasions, different times. But one thing that people who know me know is that, and this is something you suggested a little bit earlier, I mean, I've run companies, man. I mean, when it's winning time, you go for the win. I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to save the country.
If you enjoyed this short clip, click over here to watch another short clip. And if you want to watch the entire episode, the entire podcast, click here.